Hello YouTube, this is Bigfoot80 down here in sunny South Florida, and I'm coming to you today to let everybody know about a problem that I had with a Glock that I haven't even had to the range yet. I recently purchased, well, it was arranged for me to be purchased. I'm not going to get into how that came to be, but I recently acquired a 380 Glock Model 42. And when I picked the gun up, I took it home. I worked 12-hour shifts and I wasn't able to get to the gun right away. And the other night on my day off, I was going to take the gun to the range. And I pulled the gun out of the box and realized that the slide felt very, very stiff. And I took the slide off and everything in the gun felt like it was bone dry. And I cycled the slide a few times and then thought everything was fine. I oiled the gun the standard way. Let me first of all show that the gun is empty. Slide is back. Chamber is empty. My finger's in the feed ramp. I went ahead and put the little drop of oil in the back where you normally do and racked the slide several times to spread the oil around. A couple of times when I racked the slide, I would rack the slide, pull the trigger, dry fire, rack the slide, dry fire. A couple times I racked the slide, the striker did not reset. I'm going to try and cause that to happen here so you all can see it on film. I might cycle the gun several times. Let me make sure I got it on camera here. I apologize for the quality of the video. I don't have access to my television right now to hook the camera into, so all I have to see is the screen that comes on the actual video camera. Okay, that time it caught. You saw me rack the slide. Trigger didn't cock. The striker didn't reset. The slide's going all the way back. You can hear it hit and then slam shut. That time it caught. That time it didn't. Okay, this is what's happening. Now I took the gun back last night to the store where I bought it. I thought, okay, it's just going to go back to the factory. And they said, well, let's take the slide off. And they said, well, sometimes material gets caught up in the gun when it's being put in a box or whatever. They've had a couple cases. Said he'd seen one other Glock do this. Cleaned out some kind of channel or blew something out with compressed air, put it back together, and everything was fine. He takes my gun into the back room. They had a bullet trap there, not a target range, but a bullet trap, much like the police use in an evidence lab. Takes the weapon, puts 5 rounds in it, pops off 5 rounds as fast as he can, gun functions. Racks the slide a bunch of times, and everything functions, okay? Then I found out what happens. Now, even on times when the slide, that time it worked, that time it didn't work. Now, what we found out was if I put my finger on that little spring-loaded button that acts like the trigger safety on the Glock and I press on it, now I've got spring tension, the trigger reset. Push it again. Okay. So that's why he thought there was nothing wrong with the gun, because he was firing it in such a way that, because he never took his finger off the trigger, he had this button pushed. So then I get it home, I think, well, it's fine, it's fixed, I don't have to send it back to the factory. And I went like that, which, no. Okay, and the trigger didn't reset. Gun wouldn't recock. So this is what the problem is. So I'm going to go ahead and tomorrow, today's date's April 30th. This is the last day of April. I'm going to go ahead and when I get home from work tonight, I'm going to pack the gun back in the box. I'm going to type up a letter to put in the box explaining to the people at Glock what the gun is doing. And I may end up putting this on a flash drive and sending it to the Glock people so they can see it, and then we'll take it from there. And when the gun comes back from the factory, I will come back on camera with the gun, and we will look at the gun, and then I will actually take the gun to the range and try to take my camera with me, and I will be doing it by myself. I have my camera right now sitting on a little tabletop tripod, and I'm going to try and do this at the range. The last time I did this at the range, I actually lost a camera. The tripod I was using at that point was, the feet were spread out too big, and the camera, the little tray that's in front of your firing in your lane that you put your gun and ammo and stuff on, wasn't wide enough to hold the tripod up, and the camera actually, it was an older camera, thank God. The camera actually fell off of the tray, and when it hit the floor, it broke the camera. So now this is a newer camera, and I'm hoping this one doesn't get broken. For those of you who might know what I'm talking about, there's something out there called a Gorilla Pod or a Gorilla Tripod, and I would like to get one of those for future use for other videos. If any of you out there in watching this video can message me, leave on my channel, Bigfoot80, as to how I can get one of those and where I can buy it from, because I've seen those other tripods, and they've got the flexible, almost like gooseneck feet that you can make the thing fit almost anywhere, whereas this is like a regular slick miniature tripod, and when I open the feet out all the way, even with it already everything down as small as it'll go, well, the old tripod was a little bit bigger, but the camera actually fell off the table, and I don't want to lose another camera. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch, and like I said, I don't make videos just for the sole sake of making videos to keep up with people, but this was something that I encountered myself with a brand new Glock, and since it is a Glock that's not noted for having problems, I thought I would go ahead and make a video showing this problem. The gentleman at the gun store said he had only seen one other Glock do this in the 380 Model 42 series. You only heard of one other Glock doing this. So thank you very much, and I'll be getting back to y'all shortly. Thank you.